Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Chris here. Today is the 25th of November. Hopefully, you guys are all doing pretty well. We do have Thanksgiving coming up, so I hope you guys all have a very, very good Thanksgiving and a Thanksgiving week as well. We have a three-gamer today, and then we got one big, massive slate tomorrow, and then no games on Thanksgiving, but then we do have games for NFL. Yeah, if you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button. We do NBA FanDuel, DraftKings, and PrizePicks lineup advice videos. And also, like I said, leave a like if you guys like the video. I appreciate it quite a bit. Been a couple days since we've done videos, but we are still doing a premium every single day for you. Like I said, another sub won 13.50 last night. And keep in mind, it's only $30 a month or $6 for a day pass. And like I said, it's been pretty consistent here the last week, so definitely come give us a try. 306.9 last night. The scores were pretty low, so you could cash with like a 292. So overall, it scored pretty well. Curry, Rollins, White, Shepard, Grant, Royce O'Neal, Queen, Towns, and Smith. Everybody did all right. Um, I mean, couple blowouts, limited a little bit of this. Royce O'Neal really didn't. He was probably the worst one. Queen kind of got screwed over. They didn't play much in the second half, but that's just how the NBA is these days for a certain reason. And we'll get to that reason here in a second. I definitely have a little bit of a tilt moment for you guys. And I think a lot of you guys are going to have that tilt moment as well because it was a popular player a couple days ago. We'll get into it. But anyway, yeah, if you guys want to come join us, our link will be in the comment section below. Click that link, take you right to our Twitter, and give us a follow and message us as well. Here's our Twitter as well, KNA Mafia. So, like I said, just look for that black and purple logo. And also, if you do not have Twitter, we do have our email down there below. Message us on our email. We'll get you guys set up for, like I said, a day pass or the monthly pass. All right, so our first game is, sorry, Atlanta and Washington. Let's get into this one. We have a 236 and a 10.5 here by Atlanta Hawks. So we do have a injury to monitor here in this game, and it's Keyshawn George. Keyshawn George, obviously one of their higher usage players on that team. So keep an eye on him. If he's out, like I said, the Hawks defense really is not that bad, so you don't really want to be targeting too many of these Atlanta guys. But if Keyshawn George is out, that's some pretty good usage right there. Atlanta does struggle against the shooting guard position, gives up 4 3-pointers per game. So that could be a category, like I said, to look at there. And, main guy you can maybe look at is CJ McCollum, especially if George is out. Trey Johnson is out as well. So let's just say Trey Johnson and Keyshawn George are out. I don't mind going to Bub Carrington here. I get it. He's not the greatest player, and, they're pretty good against point guards. But, I mean, at 3,900 and, on a three-game slate, and if both of those guys are out, I mean, he's probably going to have to play in the mid-20s minutes. I know he's not the greatest, but if he can get you to shoot even 20, I mean, there's your almost five times value. So, Bub Carrington, that's only a deep GPP punt play. Like I said, McCollum probably would be your main if you're going that way for Washington. It just depends on if Keyshawn's out. Kalabali could come into play, but this dude has massive foul trouble every single game. They just, yeah. So, but he's also one of those guys good ram to go off. And the main guy to be looking at here is Cam Whitmore. I think everyone and their grandma's going to have him, especially if Keyshawn is out. So keep an eye on Cam Whitmore. He's definitely been popping off and in limited minutes. So he'll be your main guy to go to. But besides that, nothing really else stands out. Convu and Porzingis, they're both in really good spots. So if you're doing cash games, I think you could do it. Jalen Johnson should get his fantasy points before it's a blowout, especially if Keyshawn George is out. There's no way that Washington can even stand a chance in this one. But that's kind of what we're looking at. I mean, you could maybe look at Tristan off the bench and GPP only, but this not only Bagley's continuing to be out. But yeah, not a lot going on, just the Keyshawn injury, and that's mostly it there. All right, Orlando and Philadelphia, another interesting one. A little bit closer spread though. We have a 229 and Orlando on the road at the 2.5 favorite. So they did say Joel Embiid was participating in shoot around. We know he's missed about a week now. So if he does play here, he's probably going to be, quote unquote limited, right? Probably back down to the 20 minutes. So I don't know if he's really worth a $7,500 price tag. GPPs, no one's gonna have him, so maybe he gets you 40 for some weird reason. But that's all that's going on there. So here we are. We are at the time where I'm going to talk about some BS that's going on. What in the world is this right here? Okay, okay. So as we all know, what happened to Goga, right? Wendell got hurt. Goga's coming in, and 1 minute after lock, right? Everybody's locked their stuff. Oh, Bataza is out with an ankle injury. Okay, so 48 hours later, this dude's 100% going to go. Ankle's not listed on the injury report as of Tuesday's game versus Sixers. Okay, yeah. I mean, look, I get it. I get it. That stuff does happen. But come on, bro. Come on. I mean, NBA, this is getting too obvious. Fanduel, I mean, this is too much. We all know his lines were hella low, right? I'm going to be honest with you. It was so low that someone, something said, "Hey, this we can't do it. We're going to lose a ton of money. You got to sit Goga." Maybe that's just me, theorist, but as we know, with all the stuff that's going on with all the MLB, the NBA gambling with Chauncey and all this stuff going on, this does not surprise me. And the fact that this 7 footer is randomly okay with an ankle injury after a day and a half, like, come on, I get it, it happens, but that's a load of bull. I'm sorry. Let me know what you guys think about this situation. I know a lot of people were kind of ticked and tilted about it because it was so plain and obvious what was going on. Right? Too much money on Goga. They knew they were going to lose it, so they had to bench him. It, it, I don't know. That's just my little take on it, guys. If you think differently, let me know. But it's just crazy how Goga's all magically better a day and a half, 2 days later. I don't know. Anyway, moving on from that little rant, getting to the game now. So, I mean, if Joel Embiid plays, I still think Maxi's in a pretty good spot, right? He's an absolute workhorse. But you do got to remember that Paul George and Joel Embiid won't be here. So, yes, Maxi's still going to put up his points. But is he really worth 10-3 if Joel Embiid and Paul George is here? I think he is. But also, I could see him only dropping a 40 to 41 or 42, which looks good, but you're paying 10-3, and you got a guy like Jalen Johnson. Yes, I know it's in a blowout situation as well, but he could get there. But then we also have the late game with Luca, right? So I don't think you really need Maxi here. I think GPP's, heck yeah, easier matchup, closer spread than all those other games, so keep that one in mind. Jalen Suggs here, I don't mind him if he's going to play here in some GPPs. So yeah, like I said, Maxi's a really good play in GPPs. Just remember that Paul George and Joel Embiid are going to probably be back and take a little bit of his usage. I know he's still crazy, massive usage guy, and he can get it all done, but there's just other guys out there that could get it a little bit more points than him. So yeah, Suggs is definitely in play. Quentin Grimes could come back into play here. He didn't really do that much last time out. 34 minutes, had 20.5, had really bad foul trouble. There in the second half, had 2 fouls in like 2 minutes, which was awesome. So you could definitely look at him. But once again, like I said, they're getting healthier. So I just these guys, some of these guys' usage is going to go down. I think Paulo Banquero's once again in a good spot, 8,500. Not the greatest matchup, but not a good one against Boston. But I think he can rebound here. And then over at center, I mean, if Joel Embiid doesn't play, you can look at Drummond. That's one spot that Orlando kind of struggles is inside, so that's a spot you can definitely look at. But keep an eye on that one. And if Wendell Carter randomly goes down with an injury today, probably not going to pick Goga. So just keep that one in mind. All right, moving on. We got the Clippers in LA in this one. So we got some homegrown tensions going on. We got 229, a 6.5 here. Now, should be a good one. I mean, I can't wait to watch this one. Should be good. We'll see if Kawhi Leonard plays in this one, or he randomly sits with a partially torn rotator cuff. Who knows what they come up with. Anyway, 31.64 Kawhi last time out. He that was on the 23rd. He had 1 day of rest, so we shall see. If he does play, probably expect about 26, 28 minutes here at 8,200. I think he's still a little overpriced, but yeah, that's kind of what I see in that one. And as we mentioned all the time here with the Clippers, they are really struggling giving up three-pointers. Obviously, the claw is back, so that's going to help with that a little bit. But still, they're struggling. You know, they're getting a little bit better at the three-pointer, but they're still struggling quite a bit, especially shooting guard. Shooting Gordon, point guard, and small forward, right? And where are the big dudes, right? Point guard and shooting guard, and small forward slash power forward. So it's a dream matchup for all these guys. I would rather take Luca here over those two other guys and pay the extra 2,000. James Harden, I still think can put up really good numbers here. I know he only had 30 against Cleveland, and I get that Kawhi Leonard was back, but I still think he's in play. Obviously, his points took a massive tank, but we'll see. We'll see in this one. I don't mind going back to him one more time. If he goes down from there, then we're gonna have issues. But yes, 9.7 is slightly expensive, especially with Kawhi Leonard there. Austin Reeves at 8K, really don't mind going there. Price is coming down a little bit, but still one of the main guys of this offense here. Chris Dunn, you could always put him in there, but I don't know if you need him. Um, LeBron or Kawhi, who am I gonna pick? I feel like this could be more of a LeBron game here than Kawhi Leonard. So, and then we got Zubac here as well. We got DeAndre Ayton is out, so I don't know who they're gonna go here. I mean, they probably just gonna go by rotation. I mean, I could definitely see Jackson Hayes getting some run there, Vanderbilt as well, but just depends on who starts. I just feel like whoever starts doesn't really get a lot of run. I don't know. John Collins comes into play with that DeAndre Ayton, and Zubac definitely comes into play as well with that DeAndre Ayton. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. Let's go plug in just a couple players, see what we got. But like I said, if I'm picking anyone from the top, it's definitely going to be Luca. That's who I'm paying up for. In GPPs, I'm going to go Maxi. I'd still like Harden, so keep that in mind if you want a little bit more of a discount on a guy that could pop off. But also remember, he does have Kawhi Leonard back. If Kawhi's out tonight, Harden is a must play. Um, you got Suggs, you got Dyson Daniels. Both these guys are in really good spots. Take a slight discount with Suggs. Alexander Walker, like I said, these Atlanta guys are in really good spots as long as it doesn't blow out. Um, as we talked about, Bub, if you really need it, depending on what's going on, Keyshawn George, McCollum as well. Kalabali in GPP, Austin Reeves, I really don't mind looking at. Um, I mean, really, like I said, I really don't mind one of these guys, Economy or Porzingis, either one of them. I mean, maybe slide towards a Conwood just for the block upside. It's probably where I would go there. Um, and then at center, Zubat, Conwu, and that's mostly all there. So anyway, that's kind of what we're looking at here on this two gamer. If you guys, sorry, on this three gamer. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. We appreciate it. If you want to get in on premium, let us know. Like I said, it was another win for us last night. Like I said, appreciate one of our subs giving us a screenshot. Um, like I said, didn't bet too much, but definitely, a win is a win for sure. So $6 for a day pass. That's it, right? Less than a cup of coffee. You get two lineups and also $30 monthly pass. Like I said, Twitter in the comment section below. Click that link, take you right there. Give us a follow, or message us on our email. That will be down there as well for you guys. So once again, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, we'll have a video here tomorrow, and I hope you guys, like I said, all have a very good Thanksgiving and a Thanksgiving weekend. All right, we'll see you in the next one.